When my kids are home from school, one of the things they love to do is to bake cookies. So I'm going to show you how to make a traditional Italian almond biscotti cookie that your kids are going to love. And what makes these cookies so different is that they're actually a special kind of cookie in Italy that's served after dinner with a special after dinner drink. And I will share that with you towards the end. Pronto? Allora andiamo a cucinare. Ciao, my name is Lucia, and thanks for tuning into Green Olive Cooking, where you're only a few ingredients away from a great recipe. And today we only have a couple ingredients to make these great, wonderful biscotti cookies. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take sliced almonds and we want to toast them on the stove just till they get a little bit crispy. You'll kind of start to smell the aroma of the toasted almonds, and that's exactly what you want. You just want to give them a slight toast. But in the meantime, in your mixer, we want to add 3 eggs. And then we're going to add about a tablespoon of vanilla extract, so the zest of a lemon. And I'm going to beat this, and I'm going to gradually add in my sugar. So we want to whip our eggs until they kind of come double in size, very light and yellow color like this. And then we are now going to add our almonds. All right, so now I'm going to add the baking powder and the flour. So you want to keep mixing your dough until it all comes together like a ball like this. So I'm just going to take my dough and put it on my cookie sheet. And so what I like to do is I'll just take this dough and I will just divide it into 4. I just find this is easiest, and I just do it right on the cookie sheet. And I'll just put my 4 pieces of dough over here, off to the side, while I work with one of them. And if you get any dough on your parchment paper or Silpat, you can just scrape it off and add it to the ball of dough. And I just roll my dough out about the length of the pan, and I'm just going to leave it right there set aside. I'm going to work on my next one. Again, I just rub some flour on my hands, kind of form this into a bit of a ball, and then roll it out as a log about the same size as the pan. Try to keep it even. All right, now that I have all 4, I'm going to evenly space them, and I'm just going to press them down just a little bit. Now I've got an egg for my chickens. And I'm just going to crack it open to get the yolk. All right, and we just want to set it in a bowl because we're going to use that to brush our biscotti. And I'm just going to lightly brush them. Now, when it comes to doing an egg wash on your baked goods, you could, I'm sure you've seen a combination of egg yolks, egg whites. Well, the difference is if you want your baked good to have a nice brown color to it, you would do the egg yolk. If you want it to have a shine to it, you would do the egg white. And of course, if you want both the brown and the white and the shine, then you would do the egg yolk and the white. And that's why sometimes it calls for one and not the other, if you were ever curious about that. All right, now that I have my egg yolk evenly brushed all over each loaf, I'm now gonna just take some sugar and just sprinkle on top, because I like to have a little bit of sugar crust on the top of my cookie. It gives it a nice little crunch, and it also gives it a nice shine with the glistening of the sugar crystals. And now I'm going to put it in my oven that I've had preheated at 350 degrees. So now that they've come out and cooled, now we need to cut them. I like to use a serrated knife, and I like to cut mine at an angle because I just feel like it just makes for a longer cookie this way. And so we just want to go ahead and cut about 1/2 inch, and we can see how beautiful our cookies are inside with those slivered almonds. And then to plate our cookies, we just go ahead and plate them on our cookie platter, or however you want to present. And what makes these cookies so special in Italy, after dinner, they actually serve them with a sweet wine, usually a Vin Santo, which means wine of the saints. You just want a sweet after dinner wine. And how you would eat them is just like how kids would dip their cookies in milk. You would just take your cookie and dip it in your wine and enjoy. So good, so good. I have another great recipe over here if you want to go ahead and try that your family is going to love just as well. Until next time, ciao, ci vediamo dopo.